bless you. There's all sorts of reasons to be into the CW Chanted broadcasts. There's all sorts of reasons to be involved. Here's Thomas Lee. I lived through Doug Engel keyboard solos 2 different times there. Bring it on, Chanter. There you go. With thoughts on Teresa. There you go. There's another idea. When am I going to, Baz Gage, when am I going to talk about Elon Musk? What? Hey, you know, if I talk about Elon Musk, here, I'll give you something quick on Elon Musk to chew on. Elon Musk is a Facebook Tesla. He's a Twitter Tesla. He's a Tesla for the social media go-go gadget, late 2000s. Late first 2000s. It's all over but the applause generation. 1995, 96, 97, as the internet was going into full swing, we had all sorts of hopes and dreams of what the future might be. 2008, September 11th, 2001 hits and happens, and we find ourselves in real time going through this weird kind of dystopian adventure. The adventure continues, transforms, ossifies, calcifies.
I'll be back.
We have the stock market, the first internet bust. Then we have the years under George Bush, we have the Barack Obama years. You know, change and hope and change, you can be sold. The old boss thing. And then we have the Trump fantasy that we're still living through in real time right now. And in this post-2008 housing crisis, another financial crisis looming. You better believe the other shoe's going to drop. Steve Jobs has passed away. Bill Gates is doing whatever in the field of developing new technology. And they're going to try and sell us Elon Musk as some sort of sexy Tony Stark. Yeah, well, take a look at Tesla Motors. The only thing that they can do successfully with an electric battery is light a factory on fire with it. It's a joke. And oh my God, Virgin Atlantic is going into space, and oh my God, Jeff Bezos is going into space, and oh my God, Elon Musk is going to go into space. Yeah, it's amazing what people can do with technology that was cutting edge in the early 1960s. It's still rockets, baby. It's still rockets. So what do I have to say about Elon Musk? I got nothing to say about Elon Musk. He's a guy who made his money not on Apple computers and not on the Windows operating system, but rather with his good friend Peter Thiel on PayPal. I'm not impressed by Elon Musk in the slightest. He's got more money than me. Fantastic. He definitely probably has a better work ethic than I do. Good for him. He's talked to Joe Rogan. He's got thoughts on AI. He's got toys to play with. Okay. He's got a reputation amongst his workers as being a cruel tyrant. There's nothing but bad news coming out of Elon Musk's organization regarding him as a boss, as a motivator. Good for you. What else am I going to say about Elon Musk? Oh yeah, he's dumb enough to have to lose the CEO-ship of his organization for a rando tweet that just happened to violate SEC regulations.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Searching.
So like Tesla. So like a genius that's going to change the world. He's a movie character from Central Casting. He's a B-movie Tony Stark. F Elon Musk.
I think Chanter's talking about himself.
He's a nobody. He's a nothing. He hasn't changed the world. He hasn't invented anything amazing. He hasn't done anything for anybody except himself. He's a nobody. He's going to be nothing in 2-3 years from now. You know what Elon Musk's future is going to look like? It's going to look like John McAfee. Hanging out, get into weird, crazy adventures, God bless them. Start coke off a hooker's booty in Guatemala, with security guards and paranoia, and odd tweets and bizarre appearances on Alex Jones, and saying things on day one that he retracts on day two, and says he never said. God bless Elon Musk. God bless, who's it, John McAfee? God bless him. God bless him and his firearms, and his adventures beyond the sea. May his crypto coin futures be bright. So there you go. There you go. Shall we do it again? Shall we dive? Does anyone have anything? If anyone has anything they want to say to me before we go in, so I hope that if you wanted me to say something about Elon Musk, I hope you're satisfied. If you want me to say something about Elon Musk, I hope you're satisfied. Oh, here's CW Chanter, you mentioned rockets. If secret technology ever gets disclosed, will agencies like NASA be liable for the unnecessary deaths of at least 17 astronauts since 1967? I doubt it. By the time, I don't know. When it comes to the nuts and bolts of the secret space program, when it comes to technology, that's not something I really spend a lot of time meditating upon, because it's not really something that I'm interested in. Because my attitude about it is this. Look, 1900, 2018. The technologies have changed. The TV, radio, internet, cyberspace, communications, man traveling through it, all these things that have changed. The adventure of being a human being and being a DC human being. The adventure of looking at what the true values and core values of life, what we really want to be about as far as homing a truly humanistic and beautiful culture on planet Earth. Those goals haven't changed one bit. And the truth that we're trying to find about what it's all about, and what the purpose is, and how to do it right, they haven't been made better by any of this jazz. They've been obscured and occulted by all this noise, electronic noise, and unnecessary brouhaha. So by the time the secret technology gets revealed,
these songs were recorded after 2000.
Because the deaths of those rocket men,
Mr. A.P. Adam Presley.
Deaths of the distant past. And the number 17 is not a number that reflects like the number of slaves that died in pre-Civil War America.
Oh yeah, just go look it up.
Japanese even that were interred during World War II.
He thinks it's funny.
There may be official apologies.
Not Chanter.
From head to
Adam.
state. But I don't think the connection will be made. And I don't think the kids are going to care.
His nose is full of parasites and worms.
Ugh.
He's
And that,
got a
of course,
major
presupposes that
worm
we
in his
keep it
gut.
together.
And
It's
yeah,
like
Pinocchio,
Pinocchio, but not his nose getting longer. His nose getting fuller when he lies.
The chats go pretty fast, so I can miss things. So what I always recommend people, if you want to make sure that I see something, if you put it in all caps, it screams out to me and I know that it's a message from me or a comment from me. And if you might want to copy and paste it to your clipboard so that you can, I'm not encouraging spamming, but if you cut and paste it, that you see if things have gone by and I may have missed, like if you see that I've said sustain eye contact with the camera for a while, you may want to put it back into the live chat to make sure that I do see it. Why did Teresa get thrown out of, this is J.K. Chapman, why did Teresa get thrown out of Jordan's parents' house, question mark. Her sister's the attorney who did trademark
It would be Teresa Llaneros, MIA.
I don't know, you might have information that I don't have. Dawn Forbes, question, CW, Were you able to talk to Teresa privately to discuss why she said you and Cliff lied? I don't know that she had accused me. Oh, no, we didn't. I haven't spoken to Teresa Yaneros privately. Me and Teresa Yaneros had a DM back and forth after her appearance on Twitter.
This one is Elvis the gynecologist. I shit you not. The gal with the leg up and who's got the light and shit. They think they're funny. I mean, they are funny.
Sure, they're funny.
Oh, here we go. So these are all good questions. At one point during, and I owe someone on Twitter an apology because someone on Twitter had pointed out a line that I had said during my
Twitter's really dangerous.
That I had said that's not actually what I said, but it appears because a friend had told me. Thank you, Robert Elvis. Thank you for your donation and thank you. Super guy. All questions in caps, so I see them there for me. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you for pointing it out. God bless you for your role as moderator. So, this is a good question. The elephant in the room has a good question. CW Chainter, what is Suze Pratt's big deal with everyone?
That's Raksha Moose.
Tag it.
We're gonna get there.
We're
gonna get there. Hold on, because we're gonna get there when we get into the
we'll get there.
Talk about
I knew
Suze,
it.
and I'll visit
You want to talk about
in
Suze?
depth.
I got the proof.
In depth. And
Fuck
it's true.
you,
There's some things
Channel
where
I.
we interact
You don't
on
got
here.
shit.
And when we
I
do
got the
things,
whole
there's things that
thing.
we can,
And I'll be
people
live
can
all
be
damn night.
responsible for things. And there's things that we can
You
just talk
started
about.
it, you
and
son
have
of a
to kind
bitch.
And that's what he's been trying to hide, and here's your proof.
Real time. You know, some people are living the lives and doing the things that they're doing, but we're going to get
Once
to my
again.
analysis of Suze Pratt's, and I'm going to try and get into it in depth in the analysis as she gets with
the atheist lawyer. Oh yeah, the nation is listening. The nation is listening. The global networks got your ass.
She's probably live streaming this
Fucking right, tag
God
it.
bless
I
her.
am live streaming it. Fuck you. Blow me
So,
sideways.
going back to Teresa Yaneros, I had thanked her. Oh, this was the line that
She
I said.
stole my-
She said,
she
something
stole my
yada,
shit.
Yada. I'm a big girl and I've got my big girl panties on.
I don't wear
And I
panties.
said, what I thought I said was, can I borrow a pair?
See now? Just recently he talked about that.
I meant it to be a pro-feminist statement.
He meant it to be pro-feminist.
I meant it to be a pro-feminist statement.
You meant it because you're a fucking
Girl
freak
panties are a
show.
thing of value. They're worn
You
by
guys all
strong,
sit around and talk about
capable human
sucking
beings
each
on
other's
planet
dick.
Earth.
I've had
Can
it.
I borrow a pair?
That's
so
why
I
they got
could,
upset with
try,
me.
So I could, wear them.
You need a
so I could
diaper, bitch.
be girded and gilded.
I get a little
by
upset
the
when
sun.
people attack me year after year.
Big girl
You
panties.
guys think I'm mean.
Apparently,
Where's the men that are supposed to protect women? All I see is men abusing women.
Some sort of,
What's up?
Give me your panties kind of thing, which was not my intention.
Oh, I'm gonna sting you.
Jesus as my witness, it was not my intention.
Number one is gonna
I
crush
often
you.
say things that can be possibly misconstrued in the context of
Or I'm gonna
a
sting him.
live chat or
You don't think
interaction
he's been around this
or
whole time?
anonymous
Playing catch
meeting
with me?
That's
or a
right.
self-help group. You know what I mean?
Number
You
11.
take that sentence.
The international man of
people have a lot of
whoop-de-doo.
information, obviously, about Teresa Yaneros.
Y'all
and,
stole my intellectual
you know, that whole
property
background. Some of the
long
stuff might be
before the
information
whole
that's
Elvis
available to
thing.
me.
I got the
Some
timeline.
information that's not
I've been
available
making
to
the
me. To be
videos.
completely honest about our interactions.
Fucking
I wrote her a
parasite
text
face.
and then she thanked me for having her on, and I said absolutely anytime. And that was the extent
You don't
of
even
our
have a
final
heart.
interaction. So I had no other discussions with her
God
about
didn't
regarding the
create
things
you.
that
You're a
she said
fucking
that I
blasphemy.
lied about. When it came to things that she said that I
Have
lied
some of
about,
that.
I know she had made
Oh,
a
that
statement
helps the
about-
religious war,
about
Suze.
Cliff High's interactions with her were basically about him saying a series of negative things about her, and then inviting her onto his channel. His response in the live chat, as best as I could observe and what I saw, was he denied saying anything negative about her. Where the truth lies, I don't know. You'd have
Fucking
to, I'd have to
bipolar,
review the online
drug
interaction,
addicted,
the Twitter chain
drunken.
between
Change your mind
her and
a
him.
dozen times a
Him and her.
day. You don't know. Right.
When
And
it
you want to
comes
run the
to,
community.
she had pointed out that I had said things that I had said. I don't think she said that
Oh,
I lied.
you're
I think in her to deference to her, she said that there were things that I got wrong.
You get it all wrong, bitch.
She said that there were things that I got wrong. And fair enough. I mean, she said that I had said things on her channel about her that were just not true. That's fine.
right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
She's not clarify those things to me, though. If she chooses to clarify those
Oh, we'll
things
do
to
it
me
for
in
the world.
future,
Don't you
I
worry.
will definitely pay attention
You will not.
and want
You
to
fucking
discuss it.
chain
I'll
jerker.
figure out what the heck is going on.
Bring it.
She keeps crap posting. That's what she does. Mary Jaglaski, newsflash. CW
You wanted to
Penny.
sacrifice me and you spellcast
And now
on
I
me.
get to do. I
You
get
think
to do
I'll
my
roll
Johnny Depp
over?
and Ed Wood impersonation. There's one other thing that
You have no clue who you're
qualifies
dealing
me to
with.
make this movie. Something you may not know.
Oh, you don't know nothing, boy.
I like to wear women's undergarments.
Right.
It
And
is
you
what
like
it
to
is.
suck guys' dicks.
So there you go.
Ugh.
Absolutely, Dan
Get
Dawson.
on my last nerve.
She had a hell of a day.
And then he wants a girl to suck his dick.
Without a doubt.
I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
Deference should be given to the fact that at the time that she appeared on my live stream, she'd been through the ringer a couple of times. Having said that, so when Marshall says, yes, she's a total fraud, now she wants to be accepted, screw her. Well, look, here's the thing, and then here's the point, and I do want to say this. Many of the issues that I had with her interaction with Joe from the Carolinas and those two live streams have been ironed out between the parties involved, and we don't need to revisit them. There's hours and hours there. You can review it, and many of you already
Right, they're
have.
all friends in the end.
What I will say, though, is the following. Teresa and Eros
And enemies in your
Yeah.
face.
She wants to apologize to whomever she stole their script. And that would be me. And she wrote a book.
We're not talking about an individual who can say,
Plagiarism.
That is not Elvis Presley.
And identity theft. And creating fictitious works that are slanderous.
She was absolutely intimately involved, and a lot of people are acting like,
That's not
she's
Elvis
coming out of the
Presley.
cold, she's coming out of the cold, and
Which
I'm
should be
aware of that.
obvious.
I'm cognizant of that. I'm not trying to be hard on her
2006.
at all.
You're hard
At
on
the same time that
everybody.
I'm not trying to be hard on her, I don't want this to turn into,
It's already a war.
act as though
And you
that
get
there are not
smaller
hard
and smaller.
questions that need to be put to her still
And we get bigger and bigger.
about
And eventually
what
you're
she knew,
squeezed out.
when she knew it, what did she do, when did she do it. That's my opinion.
Just like an
People can
asshole.
look at my
Everybody's
opinion
got
and
one.
assessment of that situation
gotta
and
fucking
say,
Paper asshole.
you don't have the
Just
right
like
to
my
ask
dad
that
would say.
question. Who are you to judge?
Oh, you're a lawyer.
That's a silly question to
That
ask.
would
She's
mean
already
That
his
we're
statements don't hold wind.
institutionalized.
FUCW. There's a
Oh.
million.
Oh, it's gonna be big fuck you,
Good point,
CW.
CW. Absolutely. That's what this community needs. We need more questioning. We need more of this. We need more of
Oh, we're
that.
gonna show the world tonight what you put me through on your live
Thank
stream
God
when
you're
you were
here. Thank God
drunk.
that you're here because it's a dirty job.
I got
that
all the
somebody's gotta do.
timestamps. Let me show everybody. I worked
Not
on
for
it today.
you, not just for you and your own personal ability to estimate what's going on and figure out what's up and what's down, but also for the community at large, who do need, in addition to white light healers and fortune tellers,
These
and
people are
soul
Satanists.
contract readers,
Spellcasters.
and all those beautiful, wonderful roles that people can
Fucking
play and
sickos.
volunteer to play out. We also need
Timestamps,
we
I'm
also
ready.
need people on
We'll be hitting it all night.
devil's advocates.
Shit.
Not
Demons.
gatekeepers, but gate watchers.
He says if you're spiritual, you're mentally unstable. He's an atheist.
Sometimes you need the police. Sometimes the police need to be policed.
The police need to be policed. Tag it. My dad was
We
a
need priests for
policeman.
the priests,
And I do
believe you
this
me, the priests
like a citizen's
need
arrest.
confessors.
Oh, you wait till you see my new job.
A top needs a bottom. A bottom needs a top. One twin
I
flame
need
hanging
you.
out by
I
itself.
want you. Right.
It's
He
search.
changes the words around.
Two
And that's
twin
how he gets
flames.
away with it. Plus, it's his dad or uncle. What do I know?
Right, as well. All sorts of
No.
experiences, all sorts of roles. Times to laugh, times to
reap
heal.
and a time to sow
Times to
and
engage.
separate chaff from wheat. And you're already dead. You said it yourself.
And not just
Oh, and our
for me,
nice
and
guy
not
and
just
I
for the
brought all
community,
that
but
in
for
before you
Teresa
start your
herself.
bullshit up. To help people through this.
My moments of growth.
I'm sorry I shattered
My
your
key
reality,
moments of
boo-boo
growth
kitty. You still believed in
have
all the
not been
bullshit.
with people embracing me and telling me, you're a
Fucking
number
child.
one top dog and you're wonderful.
You're a punk-ass bitch.
They've come when people turn to me in shock, anger, and
No,
surprise.
you're a support
And
group.
said to me,
Let me tell you what these guys' problem is. Because they were crying about it last night like a bunch of little babies. See, they really believed in the
Let's
Blue
see
Aliens.
when this
And they
was.
really believed in Project Camelot. And they really believed in the Basis Project. And they really believed in all this stuff that was stupid.
11
When I
months
checked it
ago.
out, I knew it was bullshit. Oh yeah. Are you kidding? I knew the signs from the minute I got here. And people like Randy and all these other people that are specialists, they came and all of a sudden I was friends with them.
That's
I
right.
didn't go like calling them up or going to their website
They all
or their
came for me.
link or whatever and saying, hey,
Teresa,
let me suck your dick. And I want to know some big questions. Oh, no, no, no. I came in and put my information out there free for the world. And then you bunch of motherfuckers do your little game with it, and we're figuring out which one of you knew what you were doing and the ones that said, I'm not going to do it. And that's why people are departing from you quicker than shit. Look, this Teresa Yaranos live stream went from 225 down to 96 the minute I got there. They can feel my frequency and my energy. Everybody has one.
Plus, y'all
It's like
been
a
spying
signature.
on
It's
me.
like your voice.
Because I told you
Oh, and I'm
that they
kind of queen of the internet.
are tapped right into me. Anything I watch, they see.
I
So you
didn't
guys
have
get to
speak
see
for the
me
fucking
too.
internet. You gotta be kidding. All I wanted to
Gotta
do is
keep
fair.
it fair.
Sell some jewelry. Be able to work. Go ahead. Go ahead.
that is burning since time immemorable.
You better have some
May
respect
it
for the women.
always continue to burn. May the embers always dance. We're gonna have the opportunity to come back here. Lee
What?
Feldman in the
To
live
silence
chat.
the little orange
Fantastic.
pumpkin with no
Lee,
face?
stick around.
Oh, no. No, you don't. They'll be bringing
Stick
you in.
around.
You better stay in place.
Stephen Greer. More names. More players. Table that. We'll come back to Stephen Greer when we talk about the changing of the guard. Have you heard from Stephen Greer lately?
Stephen Greer was a shill from the Go-To channel.
Where's Dan Burch?
Never knew him.
Can anyone find me?
What about Groovy Bean? Where'd your
I always want to say Graham Greene, but it was one of these big Project Camelot interviews from back in the day. One of these big interviews.
Ew,
from
we
back in
like
the day.
it
He was
big
one of the
like
guys who was
that.
talking about human cloning as a thing. Dan Brewer, Greer. People want Greer. Dan Burich.
Let's make you
absolutely.
bigger. Fine ass man.
Very quiet.
Not Chanter.
F1 for you. Greer is to appear on the Catholic channel.
You guys don't need to play your music so
Trad
loud. It was
Cat
quieter earlier.
Thought. Wow. Henry Deacon. Very good.
There we
Very
go.
good. Very good.
Number one.
Wow.
International man of mystery, Mr. Computer Head.
Dan took the alien home first.
I told you.
Absolutely. A man, it's like the Dan Burich, J-Rod story was actually
here.
leaked by
Anybody
Hollywood.
who knows me will love this.
A
They're
really
accusing me of channeling.
programming,
Like I go boogie boogie
it's all-
and act like I'm talking about or talking through or being a part of.
Yeah, it's basically Dan Burich and
I
J-Rod.
speak for myself.
You know what I mean? For want of a tie-dye t-shirt, Majestic 12 would have their own leader. Trad Cat Night. We gotta look for that.
You're getting too damn wild over there.
Didn't Graham Greene write a book called The Destructors, which was brought up in Tiny Tarko? Or what the fuck is Graham Greene? How does this relate? Are there two Graham Greens? Graham Greene is the name of a famous British author that unfortunately I am confabulating with an individual who did one of the Project Camelot interviews. So that's where Graham Greene is. Graham Greene is also mentioned in the song. Graham Greene, and
I missed
also
the
the
picture.
Smiths had a song
Oh well.
that was based on, I think, in some way, was based on Brighton Rock by Graham Greene, which was a very, very wonderful, heartbreaking, and heart-wrenching story. If I'm not mistaken, here's what I'm gonna think. Here's what I think happened, and then we'll get back into the thing. Oh my God! I mean, if you tuned in, you tuned in. The Smiths, when they made the video for Girlfriend in a Coma, featured a lot of black and white footage from an old movie, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was a film version of Graham Greene's Brighton Rock.
We want you centered,
Where's
no doubt.
Pete Peterson? Interesting. You would think that David Wilcock would have a lot to say about Pete Peterson, or be able to tell us where he is now, considering that he had $60,000 to try and save his potatoes. But then who knows? Who knows what happened? Let's go back in. Save your questions for a moment, because I'm going to go focus back up here for a second.
Sure, that's Elvis. Come on.
Why I yell.
He always had caterpillar eyebrows.
Love and light, love and light, love and light. Why does C.W. Chandler yell? He doesn't have all the facts. Who's he to judge? Why does C.W. Chandler yell?
Oh.
He's ignorant. You turn more people off. You're a good guy and you've got a good message and you can do this. And it's important to be done.
Your message is
I
not
think
Do you
good.
have to yell? Why does C.W. yell?
That's Adam yelling.
Because you're a baby that wants all the attention. You've been hurt.
We would understand what he's saying. Yes, everyone gets it. The blue aliens are ridiculous. We can't. We get it. Any normal person could look at this and see that it's a S show. Why you gotta go on? Why does C.W. yell?
Never
You
ever.
did it for votes. Views. I'm sorry, views.
Charo.
In 2018, we can reflect not only on the things of the information that's available to us today in real time, unfolding as it unfolds, communicated to us from around the world almost instantaneously.
That's right, because the network's got this, and you don't believe
The who,
it.
what, where, when, and how. The activities that
You don't
people
want to know
engage
how many
in.
countries
The
this
things
is
that
playing
people
at right
do.
now with important people hearing
We
it.
can all sort
It's
of
the Elvis Network.
at a touch of a keystroke, call forth or go to the library and see and avail ourselves of the myriads of
Oh, they're
resources
funny.
that tell us of the activities of humanity on planet Earth, going back or speculating about all the way back to year one and earlier.
Yep.
Amongst the things that humans do, amongst the ways that humans act, it's not that what we do or how we act has changed. It's the tools that we use only that have changed.
Really?
We still bend our knees and worship. We still put
I
our
don't get
hands
down on
together
my knees
and
and
pray.
pray. No, I don't. That's why you brought that up.
Mothers
Tag.
still care for children. Fathers still go out to gather resources.
Mm.
Animals are still domesticated. Yeah, Arlo, what's up, baby? Shelters are still built. People are still raped, imprisoned, exploited. Children are
People like
abused.
you.
Trauma is inflicted. Tears heal. Jokes are cracked. Heads are
It's
cracked.
only funny till somebody gets hurt, and you're gonna get hurt.
Deals are made.
Not by me.
I'll be right back.
Alright,
Peace is brokered.
I want to buy something.
alright,
Great leaders rise.
okay. I got you.
Oh my God.
Great leaders fall.
Alright, alright. Be
Walls
careful.
are built. Walls are torn down. New inventions are made. People whisper. People talk. People yell. People persuade. People alienate. People abuse.
I don't accept abuse.
People call people to
I
realization.
cut people off that abuse me.
There are times to whisper, there are times to speak at a reasonable volume, and sometimes I have discovered
Yeah, that one is no
In
more.
trying
Elvis
to
than the man
discover
on the moon. Get
my
them
natural
glasses
way
off.
of being,
What are you doing? Get them
in trying
glasses
to
off.
discover
Would you?
my higher calling and purpose,
Look
not
at
the
that one.
will or the purpose that I would choose for myself,
So not Elvis.
but the will and the purpose that is natural to me. Trying to figure out not where I want to put myself in the universe,
Ah, that one
but
says
coming
the
to
whole
the
thing.
realization
Look at this one.
that it's about finding out where the universe has already
That's a great
placed
picture.
me and exactly made me, exactly as how I should be, purpose built,
Here, let's put them at the
For
same
this.
party.
round
That'd be
of
fun.
incarnation. Whether it is true that laws of karma and soul contract abide and abate through a true astral metaphysical underpinning of life, or if it is just accidents in time,
There are no
chaos and
accidents.
contingency that we
Asshole.
look back upon and understand and read into narrative. It is self-same. I yell because
He's
it's my
singing
job.
louder again.
At a time and a place
Sometimes he sings and he changes it up.
where the lack of high volume screaming
Usually albums are all on the same
and
volume.
engendered and brought
it's not up
forth
and down.
a lovely, beautiful community
He thinks it's his community and he brought it together.
where
Right.
things were
The
occurring.
Satanists that were doing the dirty deals,
Secret
done dirt cheap.
sins
And you want to run it.
left in the dark. Like a person across the room seeing a pickpocket reach into a poor man's jacket. Like a small, wimpy kid, out of place, looking across the high school party and seeing a hand creep into an unconscious girl's panties.
Oh, you mean at the dentist when I was
Nasty.
little and they fucked up my mouth? Right. I know.
Not because it occurred to them to do it, not because they thought to do it, but because they realized that they were screaming and yelling at the exact same point as everyone else.
The minute anybody got me behind me at the dentist office, I was put out, and that's when they did all that weird work to my teeth, like Randy Morgan's guest, sister, you know, remember? Because I'm sure you already saw it today. She talked about it. A woman that went into the nunnery out of high school, went to study under some monks. She wanted to be a monk and be a part of what she would call the world. But anyhow, while she was there, the priest grabbed her left boob. And from there, the story unfolds. It's Randy Morgan off Planet's newest video. You guys should watch it. It's serious business. And it'll tell you how this
but
is
now
happening.
you're realizing maybe
It's here
Randy's
fucking United
in different
States.
business than
There's
what
no
he
such thing.
told
And
you.
know it 'cause you're one of them, Channer. You're
So
one
is
of them
that the
fucking
one
buggers.
lie?
Otherwise, you
Randy?
wouldn't spew such hate. And
Did you bring me the one
misinformation, and
lie?
you say you're sorry, and you don't mean it. And I don't even associate with people like that.
I deserve
And
an
I don't
answer.
have to, and you can't make me.
An honest one.
With heroin in his arm.
Right. No needles.
And I
no,
gotta yell.
no you. No.
Because the kid is playing too close to the third rail or too close to the edge of the cliff.
You gonna blame me for my mom burning me now, you son of a... It wasn't my fault that my mom dumped boiling water on me either. And to turn this around on somebody is the most sick, twisted thing that anybody could do.
Slinking and crawling towards Bethlehem. I gotta yell. Because I'm a baby and I just got born.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta yell because I just lost something precious. I gotta yell. Because this is serious business.
We like looking at this one better.
That's right.
Sometimes
This is
slowly.
slow kill like
Sometimes
St. Louis.
quick.
Yes. All these things were discussed today.
I gotta yell because somebody's gotta do it. I
Yeah.
gotta yell because it's natural.
Yeah.
Cats meow, dogs go woof, birds tweet, and CW Chapter yells.
No, C.W. Channer plays angry video games and
I gotta
watches
yell because
porn
there's exploiters that
at
need
the
to be
same time.
exposed.
You admitted it.
I gotta yell because I'm trying to wake them up to the things that are going on. So, in case you were curious,
God,
in case
stop.
it was a question you wanted to ask, that's why I yell. That's off the dome, brothers and sisters, and we're gonna get to when we get the haters roll call. Chris Zuger, the reason I've got more viewers than you, Chris Zuger, the reason you're never gonna be CW champion, you're just gonna espouse
Okay.
hate.
Hey,
on
Chris. The reason I'm nobody is because I have very few subscribers on my YouTube, and Channelot has 3,000. So if you don't
Ah, but they've been
3,000,
wiping
he feels you're
people off
insignificant.
my
Now, if you beat his
subscribers
friend, you have
list.
10,000 viewers. He will suck your dick, and he said it, and he will sell out, and he will do whatever you need him to do.
Pretty
These
much.
are all in his videos.
But he erased them and taped over them.
But we'll get there, Chris Zuger. We'll get there. Right now,
Stay strong, Chris.
having talked about explain why I yell, I'm going to turn my attention back to the live chat, where people will be able to ask me questions about what I just said, what I'm about to say, or anything else under the sun. If you want me to know that it's a question or comment for me, put it in all caps. Put it in all caps. Don't make Robert Elder break the bank.
Where's my
Just the
music?
super chat and highlight in yellow. The fact that if you got a question, put it in all caps. Oh my God. And it's not just that I keep on saying this, that everyone on YouTube keeps on saying. I'm going to put my attention back in the live chat. I'm going to take a minute and a second. Because there's a little bit of a delay, you know, between when I engage and when the ones and zeros actually hit you.
Right, you know the algorithms, because you guys are hackers.
Pretty much.
Been hacking my shit.
Oh, and now we can prove it.
Solar Marshall, don't get me
Since
excited. Donald
2016.
Marshall. Oh, God.
Right, now the internet's
Blast
melting
the
down.
Omar
Solar
Corona
Marshall
is
writes,
Biggie Boho.
This is October
He is a
2nd,
bot.
2019.
He is an identity. And I take him on
Solar
anytime I
Marshall
can.
Chanter, big news tomorrow. Joanne Richards.
Yeah.
You got me excited.
Me and Dick used to fight a lot.
Big news about
We're trying to
Joanne
make up.
Richards. Don't tease the Chanter.
Aren't we,
Crystal
Biggie?
ASMR, CW, what is your favorite color?
Get him, Crystal.
Green, really, shades of green are my favorite color because I hard recognize those as healing colors. Shades
No,
of
you did the
green.
research.
I mean,
Blue
Vinny
green is
G.
very, very nice to me. Like a kind of like a teal. or turquoise.
Look what he's got on tonight. Red.
You know, like, I love like 1950s, 1960s, like pastels, you know, avocado green or aquamarine, you know, or things like that. Things that are like, you know, foresty, oceany blues and greens. Foresty and oceany.
He'll be speaking about me tonight.
I'm not partial to purple. I'm not partial to
He's
purples.
talking about beauty tips right
I like
now.
purples. There's no colors that I dislike, but I really like relaxing blues and greens. That's where I would chill. That's where my magical spectrum would be. And cliff eye green is the color of the most receptors in the human eye. Think of that what you will. Naheda Tamara, are you an experiencer? So many different ways to understand that. As far as seeing extraterrestrial life, there was a moment at a party. Let me
when you were drunk and high and on pills.
Do for you a scene.
And you saw something.
Robert Elder, what is the Crystal ASMR CW chapter collaboration happening? I don't know. Crystal ASMR, we need to connect on Skype or DM or something. Experiencer. I'll tell you a story. True story.
CW is pro.
It's an outdoor party.
You're not kidding, Rooster.
Okay.
He likes it up the ass.
I'm engaged in certain activities. For the life of me, I can't even tell you. Like, I believe it was. I really can't tell you. Like, I can't remember if it was Pennsylvania or New York State. It's a brown dirt road. It's an outdoor party.
It's a shit stain on a pair of underwear.
The various, you know, stages or staging areas or rooms, as they say, was an outdoor area that involved. It was like a lot of sand. I don't know, forget why. I have no idea why. If it was like a quarry or something. And there was a dirt road, and people were walking back and forth on this dirt road. And there were kids all over the place, you know, various distractions, lights, people brought their own lights. It was a lot of people were like going crazy. It was fun. And I was standing there, and there was this like area, and there was occasional car, you know, coming down that was illuminated even more. But then there was overhead lighting that was providing the most light. These weren't street lights; these were brought in on generators. And the light was down on the road. It was a very weird scene. It looked to me a lot like what you'd imagine a crash military like a fast set up military field operation would look like. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Lots of like equipment set up quickly and haphazardly around the place, flood lighting, nothing for aesthetics or aesthetic effects in this area. Just it was a utility, right? And I'm sitting there, I'm standing, and there's people all over, and this thing crosses across the road. And I was looking at it, and I could tell that other people were looking at it too. And this had to be it had to have been like 1996 at the earliest, 1997 at the latest, right? Because based on time and setting and where I was and on the ship. And I'm kind of like looking at the road kind of like across. So I'm just like looking, and there's people on this side, there's people on this side, there's people walking back and forth. Some people are dancing, and it was screwed up. You know what I mean? I was out of my mind. Whatever.
Right, you were wasted.
And this thing crosses the road.
A chicken?
And it didn't look like an alien, like a gray alien. It looked like...
Draw us a picture.
I don't have a pen.
Oh, on your desk? No pen?
It looked like you ever see those bird puppets where it's like, you know, like the wacky head is all the way out here, and there's like a long, you know, stringy thing, that's the neck.
Ew,
and then there's the little body with the plumage at the end.
Listen to
and
the
then it's got like
change.
legs, and they're like, you know, the legs are like solid at the bottom, like wooden things, and then the stringies are like, you know, like the tassels or the boa like things are the legs, and it's dancing around. It was like that. It was a series of long, stringy things interconnected, and it seemed to. But there was no one operating it. I looked up to see everyone,
Quit
and I
putting that
wasn't
in
the
his
only one that
face.
saw it. And we all looked at it, and we're all like, "What?" And people were like, "Oh my God, it's an alien!" And then people were like, "It's a puppet. It's a puppet. It's a puppet." I just remember I remember people freaking out and being like, "It's an alien."
There.
And I remember other people freaking out and being like, "It's a puppet. It's a puppet. It's a puppet. It's a thing." We're at a party. There were a group of people there that were all doing like this kind of
This
like
is his
art
existential
installation type of
experience he's
like you
had.
weren't just
This is how they do it. The story goes on so long that it's just mumbly pig and Babylon. Nothing makes sense. It's talking shit.
You know, like they had accoutrement that flew, like there was like Bob Mackie, long ostrich feathers and shit. So I was looking at this thing, and it was just like, it was incredible. I was like looking at this thing, I was like, dude, I was like, what is that thing? And my friends were like, what is that thing? And we were like, because there was no one operating it. And this is like the 1990s, so if it happened today, I would have thought, okay, it's drones. Like they've got a computer program that can orchestrate several small drones, and that's what's operating it and making it ambulate across, or ambulate across the road. But Scout's Honor, I mean, I looked at this thing and I thought, well, I have no idea what that thing is. You know what I mean? And I have no idea if some strange alien life form crossed over that road at that time, trying to get from point A to point B.
That's not the right angle.
I don't know if he showed up at the party.
He has covered up evidence.
I don't know if it was
We'll find out.
A manifestation or like a tulpa that came to be as a result of everyone fantasizing about it. I don't know if it was a puppet, right? Or some sort of other mechanical contraption.
He's got a
that,
wishbone in
because
his
everyone
pocket.
was out of their mind, interpreted it to be this
Look between the
thing.
fingers.
Uh-oh.
Am I an experiencer? Question mark. I don't know. But that's the
Harry,
closest I
that?
come to that. Strange lights in the sky?
We're
Sure.
hairdressers.
Ever really banged up about it? No.
No.
Comfortable in the assumption that what I observed or saw, though unknown to me, was something. A helicopter, a plane
That
of
was a great
terrestrial
story,
origin,
Chandler.
a new plane of some sort of other tricks of the light, highway lights. in the
Remember,
sky.
the question
Strange
is,
things that I looked at and went,
What?
"Oh."
Who's this
question
guy?
to the counselor
No,
is,
sorry.
has he ever been an experiencer? He's just given testimony to his experience.
And with that, that'll be the end of part 1.